Hello, good morning. Um, Good morning, everybody. This is the last lecture for SSU 1053 on social interaction. Yeah, I'm sorry I misinformed you last week that that LU8 was the last unit, but actually not. Yeah. So anyway, the unit for this particular lecture is on social media. Yeah, on social media. So let me share with you the PowerPoint so that we can proceed with the lecture. And this is going to be recorded, by the way, as most of you or all of you may have known ataupun telah dimaklumkan that there is no live online lecture or classes due to the problems faced by several students who are affected by the flood in the country, in the respective state, or locations. All right, so the lecture is on social media. What do we mean by social media? Okay, so what is social media? Basically, it refers to the online tools and services which allow us or people to exchange ideas, information, pictures, graphic, videos, and so on, or just about anything you can name, yeah, that you can share through the social media, yeah, the online tools, yeah. So, in other words, the social media also allows easy sharing and also distribution of any existing content to others, so that the professional work can be shared through the networks. All right. So examples of this, we may, share videos, we share information on various platform, yeah, of social media. Now, examples of this include Facebook. I think all of you are familiar with this, and you spend a lot of time, I assume, on Facebook, sharing information, receiving information, and so on, yeah, from friends, from colleagues, yeah. And the other is through YouTube. I think that is quite common as well. You can send messages through YouTube, take what do you call this, video and so on, and share with the public, yeah, or with your friend. Another example is Twitter. I'm not a phone user of this social media, Twitter, but I know what it is, and some of you probably are using this as well. Yeah? Pinterest is another one. I seldom use it personally, but it is there for use by the public. Yeah, and LinkedIn also is another one which is also commonly used, and I have also sometimes get information, get connected through LinkedIn from friends whom I know for a very long time, actually. All right. Okay, so all right, these are examples. Now, in terms of usage in the society, for example, if you look at the different age group, yeah, online social networking platforms users by age, There are differences between age group. Yeah, this is based on survey in America. Yeah, it is found that Facebook is the most popular of the social media at the moment, and among the Facebook users, the highest numbers are from the 18 to 29 years old, and followed by 30 to 49, and then 50 to 64, which is my group actually. And then even among 65 years and above, there are quite frequent user of Facebook. And then the next one is Twitter. Only about 31% of those in the 18 to 29 years old, 19% in the 30 to 49, and less as the age gets older. The same thing with YouTube, right? But higher than Twitter, and also with Pinterest, and also with LinkedIn. Yeah. So, but interestingly, LinkedIn seems to be popular among those in the 30 to 64 years old. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Yeah, and it depends on actually what is the content or what people are using it for actually. Yeah? So for Facebook, I think it's something that any age group use, because the content, the messages, and the information shared to Facebook are all kinds of varieties of information. Yeah, and that one can share to Facebook. Okay, let's look at the types of social media services. Right, bookmarking sites, or DIGG, and social news sites. Yeah, commonly or one of the group of social media services. Yeah. In other words, it's provide social news. Yeah. For people to look at. Then you have blogs or micro blogs, seperti Twitter and Tumblr, and we have social networking site, which is what we've seen early on, the Facebook and Google Plus and so on. Then those who are interested in shopping, they can go using shopping sites such as Amazon. And for multimedia sharing, as we've seen, YouTube is one of the common one used, and also Flickr. Yeah, those are as far as multimedia information shared to. Yeah, then also virtual worlds, contohnya World of Warcraft, Second Life, and so on. Yeah, so there are various types of social media services. Yeah, so in other words, the platforms or the type of social media depends on the content. Yeah, on the purpose of it. Yeah. So who is on social media? I mean, you can find anything actually. Yeah, it can be organization, right? For example, restaurants, Time magazine, news. Yeah, for example, news, Washington Post. Even in our country too, we do have a newspaper or using social media as well. Yeah. So these are and then the main news, for example, CNN, NBC, and so on. Yeah? So it can be anything. It can be organizations. It can be any form of organization using social media. And of course, those on social media also include individuals. Yeah? So individuals may have certain account in certain social media, right, where they can share, yeah, their content with others, with the public, with friends, and so on. Right. So we have individuals, yeah, on social media, like you and I. Yeah. Some of you may have your own web site and so on. Yeah. Okay. So what are the advantages of social media compared to the other form of communication, right? As we have seen earlier on, compared to interpersonal communication, compared to group communication, compared to organizational communication, and so on. One advantage of social media is that it can be used for educational process. Yeah. For example, using online social networks, yeah, to deliver educational materials and so on. Ya. Jadi ini boleh dilakukan. Ya. And also using social media, you can connect anybody, just anybody worldwide. Yeah, depend on whether or not the person is having or be able to get the connections on internet and so on. Yeah? So so it's not limited by national boundary and so on. Yeah. So anybody who has access to internet would be able to get and share information. Yeah? Now also commonly people are using the social media for marketing purposes. Now, if you follow news, for example, on certain website, you know, sometimes you get in between people advertise a product and so on. Yeah, in a way, it is something that you are forced to watch or forced to consider, maybe, yeah, in terms of products which are advertised, yeah, online and so on. Okay, and with social media, information can spread very, very fast. Yeah, in fact, before you know, the news, for example, about a certain event, the flood, for example, in West Malaysia, car accidents and who are involved, so on. And this through social media, through Facebook, through what else? So many of this social media, you get the information immediately. Yeah, in just a matter of seconds. Yeah, once it is posted. So compared to if you are waiting for information from the television, from newspaper and so on. So this information can be spread very, very fast. Yeah. And also it let us share anything with others. Yeah. It allows us to share anything, almost anything, yeah, with others who things that we want to share with other people. It can be shared, yeah, online on social media. It also helps you to achieve your goals as well, depending on, for example, if your goal is to inform people, yeah, then you can achieve that goals and very, very fast as well. So yeah, so it can help you to achieve your personal goals as well. Yeah. For example, campaigning, yeah, during during the election time, for example, right? So you can get your message, you can get your information, and with certain goals or purposes. Yeah. Okay. Nevertheless, social media, although it is useful, although it is good to share information with others, there are also issues with regard to the use of social media. Number one is the privacy problems. And this is definitely something that need to be considered, because anything you share on social media can be seen, and also uh, observed or watched by other people, online. So there is very little privacy actually, as far as you are concerned. So you have to be very careful in sharing information, photographs, videos, and so on, because some of it may be something that you do not wish for other people to know. Actually, So so be very careful. Protect your privacy as well. Another disadvantage of the social media is that it changes lifestyle habits as well. And it is suddenly it is sleep disruption. How many of you have seen problems with people among family members and so on? Everybody has a handphone or smartphone and so on, and everybody is just watching or doing something with a handphone and not talking to each other. So I mean, that's the kind of thing. So your habits change definitely, and also you probably sleep less because you keep on watching, what do you call this? YouTube, Facebook messages and so on, until late at night. And this is something that I experienced. Not me personally using the social media, but rather the person sleeping next to me, for example, right? So you want to get your sleep, but the other person, is watching something on her or his handphone. If the noise is down, I mean, if you can keep the noise down and so on, that's okay. But sometimes if the noise, or rather the volume, that you play in terms of the video clips and so on, it may disrupt your sleep, or your partner's sleep, for that matter. And also social media can cause lack of emotional connection. Why is this so? Because sometimes you have problem actually, connecting with people through social media. You don't know actually how they feel, what they do when they post something on social media. So it lacks this emotional connection, which you can express, through interpersonal communication, right? And I think I've mentioned this one. It can reduce family intimacy. In other words, among family members, because each and everyone using the social media, so there tends to be less communication between individuals, interpersonal communication between individuals, less discussion, and so on, even at the dinner table, for example, So that is to me something that is not quite good, right? It affects family relationships, among between parents and children, and so on. Okay, so instead of coming down to the living room, watching television together and so on, children's probably live, in other words, stay in their bedroom and so on, and watch something ataupun menggunakan social media to communicate with their friend and so on. Ya, jadi tidak ada apa nama ni pergaulan di antara ahli-ahli keluarga itu agak renggang ataupun susah ya berlaku kerana social media. Okay, and I think you know what I mean. You probably have experienced it yourself, and it is happening. Yeah. So in other words, is the social media good or bad? The use of the social media, is it good or is it bad? So the debate about whether social networking is good or bad is expected to continue. Some people may think or may argue that it is good, but seen from the other perspective, maybe people will think that it is not as good or it can cause problems and so on. But this is nothing to be nervous about. We don't unnecessarily panic. Yeah. So if you're worried about using social networking sites, better don't be. Because it's something that you have to live with, in other words. Yeah. So just keep your survey update, double check information, particularly, before you believe it, and keep your privacy settings updated too. You can set that in your handphone or in your computer and so on. Yeah. All right. So. Particularly fake news and so on. Yeah, you don't believe everything that you receive on your handphone, on your through social media and so on. There are a lot of fake news in the social media, and it spread very fast. And you thought that is the truth, but actually it is not. And just yesterday or the day before, on what I call this on Facebook, it appears that, for example, a letter in the media, in Facebook, telling or being sent, telling people that. Anwar Ibrahim, for example, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim resigned as the leader of the opposition and as a PKR president. Tapi itu rupa-rupanya it's a fake news. But if you believe in that thing, then you may have got the wrong information lah, maklumat yang salah. Okay, so and if social networking is getting you down or let you down, just take a break. Take a break. After all, you are using it correctly, it can improve your life. So it depends on how you're going to use it. Yeah, if you use it for good purposes, then it can improve your life. Because by sharing information with your friends, with your family members, that improve your supposed to be relationship with your colleagues and so on, and perhaps make you happy and so on, rather than staying alone in your room and not doing anything. So it's good, to keep in touch with friends through the social media as well. Okay, the other thing which I may have mentioned earlier on is the issue with the use of social media, known as cyberbullying, and I'm quite sure you understand what I'm saying here. Cyberbullying is just like you bully somebody, but using the social media and so on, through the internet. So it is defined as the use of information and communication technologies to support deliberate as well as repeated and hostile behavior by certain individual or group that is intended to harm others. Itu yang dinamakan cyberbullying. banyak berlaku, ya, particularly among teenagers in middle and high school, for example, and also some recent memory, for example, of extreme cases may have resulted in suicide, yeah, because of cyber bullying. So be very, very careful, yeah, in the use of the media, not so as not to harm others as well, right? So that's a caution, yeah, with the use of the social media, right? Not to bully others using it. Another important use of social media is for marketing of products or services, right? So, for example, you can market your product, yeah. I'm sorry, you can advertise your product through the social media, and this is the new way to reach consumers, which you may have not considered possible before. Yeah, so you can advertise your product online to the social media, right? And also previously it corporate website also, yeah, use as a means to advertise their services as well as their products, what they're doing, so people know what they're doing, what what do you call this, work they're doing, what services they provide, and so on, right? So so if you want to know, if you want to find out who can do what and certain services that you need at home or in your workplace, for example, then you can look, yeah. You can find this through the social media as well, yeah. And companies can create accounts on social media website, definitely, yeah. So they pay for it, but it's cheaper than the normal marketing strategy, yeah. So it's cheaper and also faster, yeah, in reaching the consumers and so on. Also, you can create fan pages on Facebook or MySpace, yeah. Also a form of marketing as well. And also Twitter allows companies as well to spread information to followers. It is very useful and also effective, yeah, for the organization to market, yeah, their services or their product. And they also give reward, yeah, reward for if you press like or something like, yeah, tekan like, yeah, for liking a particular page, right? So that's how they do that, but it's still cheaper than paying for an advertisement in a newspaper, for example. Okay? Right. So let's. I have a video here which I'm going to share with you as far as the marketing of marketing through the social media. Let me adjust something first. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So let me stop share the previous one and then share this one. Okay, so let's watch this a little bit, yeah. Okay, so basically, just to share, sorry, um, hold on. Um, okay, all right. Okay, so those are some of the important points regarding marketing through social media. So one of the things with the use of social media for marketing is that you can reach a large number of potential customers, yeah, compared to if you're using the normal advertising, yeah. Um, so yeah, so those are things which um, can be very, very beneficial, yeah, for organizations to market their products and also services. Okay, so let me go back to the lectures now. Yeah. Okay, so using social media for marketing. Um, Also, viral marketing is also a form of social media marketing. This is where you let your customers do your marketing for you. In other words, this is what you do actually. You viral, I mean, friends and your colleague or somebody else, send something or messages and so on social media, and that is being viral. Yeah. Apa nama dihantar kepada kawan rakan dan sebagainya, ya. So and another example is Farmville, Minecraft, and so on, yeah. So social media networks allow companies to access younger markets, in particular some certain demographic groups or certain age group. Okay? So companies can reach consumers who uses mobile devices for product or company research. Okay, so through all this social media, you can market your product. Yeah, so it's easier and it spread very, very fast. Yeah, spread very, very fast. Yeah, information gets from one person to another, from one country to another, or one region to another, and so on at a very fast rate. Okay. But there is issue with privacy, yeah, privacy concerns as far as the use of social media is concerned, issue of privacy. There is, for example, burglary or rompakan is increasingly plausible. That's going to happen and so on, yeah, through social media, cheating, in other words, yeah. That people, and this one you find a lot of cases of this nature that happens, yeah, to certain people, yeah. Some people, some groups are more vulnerable than others, yeah, in terms of cheating and stealing with the use of social media. Okay, we have heard many times about cases of particularly ladies, yeah, who are prone of being cheated, yeah, online. They lost tens of thousands of ringgit and so on, yeah, just through the use of social media to cheat other people, right? Facebook is increasingly being used in diverse cases as well. Unfortunately, yeah, 1 in 5 divorces involved in social media. Jadi ini merupakan satu kelemahan lah, ya, negative impact of the social media. So personal information is available right? Online and so on. So it is something that is actually affecting your privacy, yeah, privacy sendiri lah, yeah. And also personal opinion or group opinion can impact a relationship as well. Right. So you sometimes you express your opinion, but sometimes the way you express it may not be nice. Ya, ada orang yang tak suka dan sebagainya. Jadi even your close friend may think that it is you know not not good, yeah, or they don't agree with you and so on, and that can affect, yeah, your relationships as well. So you have to be very careful, yeah, especially in sharing personal opinion and so on, because you're not sharing with just one person. You are sharing the thing with so many other people who have access to the internet and so on. Yeah. Okay. So in summary, social media is a very important. It's a new thing that that has influenced our life actually. Yeah. We cannot avoid the social media in terms of using it, also receiving information as well. Yeah. So, but everyone must realize that there are good things, yeah, and also bad things related to social media. So it's up to you actually yourself to use the social media properly and to your advantage. Yeah. Right. So, for example, this is a quote from Eric Qualman. Dia kata, we don't have a choice on whether we do social media. The only question is how well we do it. That's a very good quotation. You cannot escape from using social media, right? But how you use it, yeah, whether you use it well, is the question actually. Jadi I think that's all for this short lecture on social media. I think you if you Google on social media and look at some of the videos, yeah, on the usage and advantages and disadvantages of social media, and also the role of social media in marketing and so on, you can see a lot, yeah, on the internet, ya. So please do so, ya. Kalau nak tahu lebih lanjut, boleh tengok, ya. Alright, so that's all, guys. That's the end of our lesson as far as the lecture is concerned. Yeah, but I would like to say that, of course, we do have planned to have a quiz towards the end of the semester, and I will let you know later on, yeah, when that will happen. Okay, I'm trying to work with the coordinator to best find the right time for you to have your quizzes ataupun short quiz, yeah? Which is one of the components for your course assessment, by the way. So thank you very much. I'll see you again later. Yeah. Bye bye.